ain't quite, this not what I want to do. This is not me at the core. Eventually you get to a place where you become pissed off. That's where you need to be. You get to a place where you become pissed off, you become fed up, you get tired, you get angry, and it's like, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this for you. I'm not proving the point for you. And everybody around you starts to look at you like, dang, yo, chill. Like, yo, don't take the anger out on me. I was just giving you, I thought this what you wanted. I thought this what you wanted, Carla. But you mad. You like, nah, it ain't what I wanted, man. But the thing is, even though the anger is there, it's like, yo, how can you blame them? How can you blame them? You look like you were down and out. You look like you didn't believe in yourself. Let me speak. Let's talk. Somebody need this. I don't know who it is, but it's 11:11 right now. I don't know who need this. 11:11, guys. Let me speak. Give me words to speak. Let me say something to this leader. Let's talk. Give it strength, Lord. Guide us today, Father. There's somebody watching this today that needs to hear this message. Father, give me the words. Give me the words, Father. Give me the words. Let's connect. In Jesus' mighty name. Shout out to Juno. My leaders, if you're watching this video today, you've come to a season where you need to discipline yourself more than you've ever disciplined yourself. I was sitting in my car looking for paper, and I came down to a notepad. And as I was writing on my notepad, one word came to mind, and it's accolade. Accolades. My leader, let me talk to you for a second, because you know who you are. You know what you're capable of. You know your strengths. You know your disabilities. You know what you're working on. You know what you're improving every single day. You know who you were. When your mother and your father came together, literally joined in unison, because God brought them together, and literally the seed, which is you, planted on this ground, you've always been who you know that you are. And that's a place from your spirit. That's a place that doesn't come from even who you believe that you are. Because right now, who you believe that you are may be misleading because of the search for accolades. How many accolades is it going to take for you and I to finally recognize that by the time we receive the adequate amount of accolades, that we've always been who God has called us to be? Like today, you're who you're called to be today. The gift is alive today. Even if it's not as effective as you think it should be, God is working in your life to make that gift as effective as it needs to be. But it does not disqualify you from the fact that you have gifts. My leaders, this season is about discipline. Because if you don't discipline yourself this season, so many of what everybody else is telling you to do will seep in and start becoming your reality. And they're not just telling you to do these things because they're trying to misguide you, but it's coming from a loving place. And because they love you, they want to protect you. They don't want to see you go astray. And because you're not disciplined and have this level of conviction in what you know you're called to do, their conviction this season is going to overlap who you are. You're going to become overlapped identity. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous. My leaders, how many accolades is it going to take for us to finally recognize who we are? That's something for us to recognize now. You can get all the congratulations in the world, all the recognition online via social media. You can be in the streets and get all the accolades you want, but at what point do you identify your own gift? Those things in which come natural to you. My leaders, this season is about discipline. Because what discipline is going to do, discipline is going to prove to you more of what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. You see, when somebody gives you an overlapped blessing or an overlapped identity, there's still a sacrifice you have to make in order to keep up this identity. And because there's this certain requirement of your time, your strength, and your energy, when you discipline yourself to say, okay, I am going to be what everybody's called me to be. I'm going to be that. I'm going to be that. And so what discipline does is it checks you. Because as you do it day in and day out, day in and day out, you slowly start to recognize, this ain't quite, this not what I want to do. This is not me at the core. Eventually you get to a place where you become pissed off. That's where you need to be. You get to a place where you become pissed off, you become fed up, you get tired, you get angry, and it's like, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this for you. I'm not proving the point for you. And everybody around you starts to look at you like, dang, yo, chill. Like, yo, don't take the anger out on me. I was just giving you, I thought this what you wanted. I thought this what you wanted, Carla. But you mad. You like, nah, that ain't what I wanted, man. But the thing is, even though the anger is there, it's like, yo, how can you blame them? How can you blame them? You look like you were down and out. You look like you didn't believe in yourself. That's how you looked. You looked like you were just, you were falling apart. You can't blame these people for trying to pick you up when you look like you falling apart. My leaders, that's what it looks like when we're not in our identity. It looks like we're falling apart. We're breaking loose. So there's people around us out of love. They want to pick us up. They're gonna put that identity on you. And it's not to get upset, but it's to use that moment as a recognition of, man, I'm not standing up for who I am. I'm not standing up for myself. I'm not being who God called me to be. That's why they can't see my potential. That's why they can't see my gift, because I'm not operating in it. Because why? To be quite honest, I don't trust it. It brings fear. It brings anxiety. It makes me look stupid. I don't trust it. I don't trust it enough to develop this level of competence in it. It's not going to take me nowhere. I don't have a plan for this. It feels like I'm going off of blind faith. But what they're saying makes so much sense. But the thing is, my leader, I get what you're saying. But even though this thing makes so much sense, my leader, you don't have the inspiration to stick through. So that is going to fail. The thing that God has placed in you cannot fail. It's in you at all times. The Spirit drops down, boom, and you just start operating. You just start doing. You don't even know how you're doing it, but it's what you're called to do. You are not the overlapped identity in which everybody else has placed on you. I don't care how great you got in it. And you know what's so dangerous about this? Think about any job you've ever worked in your entire life. I remember when I was in high school working at McDonald's. And as I was working at McDonald's, drive-through, seeing hundreds of people daily, talking to them, working in the front as a cashier in high school, mopping the floors in the lobby, just mopping away, mopping. What I recognized is, dang, I became good. Like, it was easy, second nature. When I was in college doing buildings and grounds with my high school roommate, Kenneth Stevenson, and our supervisor, Kay. We were doing buildings and grounds. We got so good at it, riding the cart around the college campus. We got good at it. That wasn't my calling, but we got good at it. When I was working at Target, checking out as a cashier, selling Target red cards. Then eventually got so good at the cashier through my efficiency and selling red cards to people, I got moved to electronics. And then when I got moved to electronics, I became phenomenal at getting electronic attachments. I became good at it. When I was working at Best Buy, my leaders, I became good at it. This is what I became good at. I became good. Phenomenal. But just because I became good in these positions didn't mean that these things were for me. Can I speak, Spirit? Let me talk in Jesus' name. Just because you become good at something does not mean this is what you're called to be phenomenal in. There's a difference between good and phenomenal. You can become good at these things through efficiency, through consistency. You'll naturally be good at it. But it does not mean that this is your role. It does not mean that this is your job, my leader. I'm talking to you right now. It does not mean that this is your title. You will become good. This is a fact. We're humans. We adapt. We adapt. Every job I've ever done, whether it was a waitress job, I became good at it. But there's a difference, my leader, in good and phenomenal. What you are phenomenal in is inspired by the Spirit. This is the presence of God working through you. Has nothing to do with your own fleshly talents and abilities alone. That thing you are phenomenal in, it is literally a representation of the God in you manifesting in such a way that makes you look like all of these individuals that you look up to. This is where you want to operate in. Even if you don't see this getting anywhere or going anywhere, literally, this is going to take you to that next place. Because this is a whole nother conversation, and I can't get into it in this message today, but I'm gonna get into it in another video. But it's energy. It's energy that you don't have to do anything for. It's energy. My leader, today who's watching this video, you gotta discipline yourself. Because what discipline is going to do is literally going to shake off the lie in which you've told yourself. You got to discipline yourself. And I want to challenge you. This is my leadership challenge today. I want to challenge you to do two things. Just two things. The discipline to continually lie to yourself, and keep doing that. But go harder now. Go harder in that area. But at the same time, I want you to discipline yourself in trying to do more of what you're actually called to do. Can you discipline yourself to do that? And my leader, I don't make any challenge on this platform without making it extreme. We don't do in the middle challenges, because they don't, kind of doing something doesn't really change anything. It doesn't allow you to see nothing. We gotta like dive ourselves deep into this reality of change. You gotta dive deep. This is something that I want you to practice like daily, like 30-day challenge of daily consistency in whatever it is that is you. Like take time out of the day to be divinely intoxicated with your gift.